you know, we always used to pray, Lord, you know, restore unto him the years the locusts have eaten up. And so it's like he was no longer that cheerful little person that he was when he was younger. Jacob is our grandson. We have 11, and he's one of the 11. Awesome relationship with his mom. I think when she passed away, I think he felt alone and like his whole world was gone. He was just very hurt. And
it was definitely something that was one of the hardest things I've ever had to go through. I remember I just left the hospital that night and I don't even think I went home and packed anything. I just kind of went to go to a friend's house that night, just try to get my mind off of it, and I never really went back home after that.
But Jacob already was going down the wrong road, and then when that happened, he just hit rock bottom. And he didn't, I mean, for 6 months, we didn't even really hear from him after that.
So I remember I just tried heroin first time, and it was like, there was nothing better than that for me. So I was like trying to do more and more, hoping that I could get back to the way it was when I first started using it, or when I was having fun, and I could never get that again. So I would get more hopeless and in a darker place, and I would use more heroin, trying to feel better about that, and it was just this endless vicious cycle that never stopped. I remember just laying there at night, kind of like almost wishing the morning wouldn't come.
We'd never faced anything like this before, but we took him in because we love him, because we had to, like I say what would Jesus do, you know? So it was not easy, but we just kept persevering and I mean, we felt like we were fighting for him constantly, because we said, we're not going to let Satan get you. We go to Colonial Baptist Church. We've been there going on 18 years, and I head up the Colonial bookstore. I had heard about Converting Hearts through June Volstead at seminary at Colonial. And from the time I heard about it, I remember riding out there, and I couldn't find it, that little farm. I could just keep riding up and down the road. And from the first time I went out there to Converting Hearts, it sort of reminded me of Bonanza on TV. I mean, the young guys, and saw them cooking together and having the garden and all. I could just visualize him doing that. And I never gave up on praying about that.
I didn't want to have anything to do with it, so I was completely opposed to it. Like, there's no way you're going to get me on that farm. She's been pursuing me to get to that place for years, and then I just walk in from work one day and say, you know what, I'm going, you know. So it was definitely a shock, but she was happy, and she was immediately got on the phone, called Bill, talked to Steven, just got the ball rolling for me to get into that program.
I think every time I see Jacob, I see growth in him. I'm just so excited about him. It's hard to even imagine what we were going through last year at this time. But I know through all of this that God has been faithful and merciful. And I said, Lord, if you can take care of those sparrows and keep them in flight, which he does, how much more you can take care of Jacob.
I remember I was here and I felt a calling on my life. I felt God calling me into ministry, and it didn't feel right. Kind of felt completely against what I was, like how my life was. Like, to look back and see where God has taken me, it just doesn't even seem possible. It's something that I can look at my life as a personal experience. I can look at it and I can see that only God can do that. That's nothing that anybody else can do. It's not by chance. It's not by anything other than God.